say about Sofia Espinosa Alvarez, other than that, she is the liaison to NGOs and Liaison to the foreign community. I don't know how many of you know, but Sofia and I met 2 years ago. I won't go into detail. And when I talked about her, before and after she got the job in the Trejo administration, the common response was, really? She's an academic. Could she handle that job? Or she's too young, or she's a woman, or blah, blah, blah. Or she's got a 2-year-old child. Everything. Well, how many people in the room have had contact with Sofia? Look at the hands. Look at the hands. Okay, I think that says it all. Many of you have reached out to her, and she has reached out to many of you. She has done an incredible job over the last 2 years with her assistant, who's also here, who just got back from Canada, Paulina. Okay, and together, for those of you who don't know, they have the office right here in the old Presidencia. So Sofia will tell you more about what she has done, but let's remember also that her job is not only with the ONGs, but her job is liaison for the foreign community, which includes most of the people sitting here. And that doesn't just mean the United States or Canada, that could be anywhere in the world other than Mexico. And believe me, she's seen everybody that's come. Without further ado, Sofia Alvarez.
Good morning. Good morning. It's very, very nice to see you. It's very, very nice to see you guys. I see a lot of familiar faces. Thank you. Thank you for those that came just to see me. A lot of you were more nervous of what I was going to say or of my speech, my presentation than myself. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. And what I want to do is just kind of break the ice and relax a little bit. I made a brief presentation of what we've done in the office in the past year. Me and my collaborator, Paulina Núñez, we worked together. None of what we have done would be possible if we would not have worked together. She's Norma's hand, we're one. All right, so I think there we go. And a lot of you know it. So you guys contact me directly. Sometimes it takes a while for me to answer. You go directly to Paulina. Paulina calls me, and then we figure things out. All right. So let's go on with the presentation. I'm the liaison to the NGOs and attention to the foreign community. And I'm going to break up my presentation into 4 parts. Who we are, what we do, and what we've done. And at last, some questions and answers. All right, so who we are. We started working, Paulina and I started working for this administration, the Trejo administration. A lot of you know him, have heard from him directly. He's been here quite a few times, or not here, but with you guys. And now it's my turn to speak, but now on behalf of the office. Who we are. Next. Why are we a vital role linking the municipal government and the NGOs? All right, we know that the municipal government could not, we have a lot of tasks. It's a big job. The municipal government cannot cover a lot of areas to cover. So what I do, what we mostly do is link the NGOs and their projects to other projects that the municipal government is doing. So we can work together. It's always better if we work together, because then we see municipal government working on something, on a project, and then NGOs are working on another. We go separate ways. Sometimes it's better, not always, but most of the time it's better if we work together and join forces and not go separate ways and waste a lot of time and energy. It's better if we focus on the objective. All right, what other thing have we been doing? A lot of workshops. A lot of workshops. Why? We have, I'm gonna say later on, 110 NGOs registered at our office. Small, medium, and small. They're not all at the same level. Of course, they all have different objectives and all play a vital role in San Miguel de Allende. Okay, so we want to take it to the professional level. And it's like una empresa social. How do you say empresa social? Like in social enterprise. Only that it's non-profit. To take it to the next level. And NGOs need to have everything in order. So it's getting them to the professional level. But also another thing that's very important, motivating the NGOs. Why? Because a lot of them know what they're doing. They have their objective very clear. And they're leaders in the society. But sometimes you need a Noé del Raso to keep on motivating them. And Noé nos ha dado, he's given us a lot of workshops to motivate leaders. And not everybody can motivate a leader. And that's what we do too. And also, it's not easy to work with people. It's the hardest thing to do. It's not easy. We're all very complicated. And NGO leaders, oh my God, you guys. Very strong place. But that's good. That's good. And it takes people places or to their objective. So that's awesome. Good for all of you. Good for you. Good for the NGO leaders. But we need guidance. We all need guidance and bonding. Because why bonding? Bonding because there is sometimes conflict of interest, I may say, but we need to keep a clear mind, but also a very humble heart. It's not about us. It's about our objective, what we're doing. So that's what I've been trying to rescue and that's what I've been trying to tell our NGOs. Guys, let's work together. It's not about you, me, us. It's about our objective. It's about the people. It's about just giving, of course, with the heart, but also, I was saying in the last forum we had with Fundación Vamos Mexico, let's connect our minds with our hearts and let's move forward, because it's not just about doing good and acts of kindness. It's about doing it right and getting and reaching more people if we have our NGO in order, everything in order, and obeying what the law says. Having your registros federales, your CLUNY, your CRIE. So, next. What we do at our office. So like David said, we are in Palacio Municipal, right here downtown. And what we represent the NGOs of the municipal government. We have direct meetings every week, twice a week. And there are several issues that are brought up to me. To us, or exponer the issues to my co-workers, to the other directors. So that's nice. In a way, I represent the NGOs at the table, at the director's table, right there with the municipal, with Licenciado Mauricio Trejo. Also, what do? Promote. A lot of you guys have events and you send them our way, you send them to Paulina, you send them to the chat, and we're always promoting what you guys do. We have different channels of communication, and through there, we promote, and another thing that we do. We have a census of the NGOs. What does that mean? You should see our file at the office. We have everything on file with the actas. If they have registros federales, CLUNY, CLIE, todo lo que tengan, everything that they have, even the annual reports, we keep them. So it goes way back. So we keep all of that paperwork. And another thing that we have been doing, advisory. That, John, you've gone through that, right? Okay, so we sit down with the NGO and say, okay, where are you at? What do you need? How can we help get you where you want to be? And it takes quite a while. It takes a few months sometimes. But the most important is when they actually get whatever it was that they needed to move on, so they could go to the next step. Why is this important? Why is having all the work important? Because no money if they don't have their paperwork in order. And there's a lot of public money out there from the states. And we have an NGO WhatsApp chat. That's our channel of communication, also through email. But we have direct contact with the NGOs, and that makes life so much easier for us. Things have changed with technology. Now is it better if I resolve this through a message, through a call? Now people don't, it's hard to pick up the phone and call somebody. We were at a workshop and Nori was saying, hey guys, something like along these lines, pick up the phone. Now we're afraid of our phones. So it's easier if we communicate through different channels of communication. And at last, we meet. We sit down and say, hey, Sofia, this is going on. This is going on. How can we solve this issue? So we're always open to meeting with different NGOs and the foreign community. But we must say we keep constant communication through different channels of communications. Okay, grants. Oh my God, this is a big one now. A big one. There is state money through FIDESEG. FIDESEG has around It varies, 130, 160 million pesos a year for the NGOs of the state, just of the state of Guanajuato. There's money available. And the people from the state, they came and said, Sofia, Paulina, why aren't the NGOs from San Miguel applying to these grants? What's going on? You have a lot of NGOs. How many NGOs do you guys have? We're like, oh, at that time it was like 106, 107. And we're like, why aren't they applying? Biblioteca Pública, I just got a grant. Feed the Hungry had a grant. But that was about it. And we decided this year to start working on helping those NGOs that want that money to get that money. At the end of the day, that money is for their objective. It's to help those that they want to help, or whatever their objeto social is. So why not go for that money? If it's available, okay, what do I need to do? Well, get your CLUNY, that's the federal registration. Get your CLIE, that's the state one. We talked to the state public servants, and they said, okay, we're gonna do our best to help the NGOs of San Miguel de Allende. So they made visits in blocks. Okay, now we're gonna visit like 3 or 4 NGOs at a time so they could get their state registration, which is part of having their paperwork in order. Money is always important. You talk to the NGOs, and the first thing that if you ask them, what do you need? What are you lacking? Casi siempre, almost always, it's we need more funding. We need more funding. So if there's state money available, why not? Just get money from everywhere. And it's a whole experience. When you finish applying for that grant, Doctora, how big is the folder when you finish?
Don't ask.
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy, but at the end, it's worth it. It's a whole experience. And Carla, once you know how to do it, you're set. Right, Bo? It's not easy. Grant writing, especially for the state, especially for government. So we sit down with them, and with some of them want to do it all by themselves, and we respect that. But whoever wants our advice, like Casa Hogar Corazón Valiente, they wanted our advice, and I must confess, it was our first time doing it, writing a grant for applying for a grant for the state. And yeah, around 2.5 million pesos for Casa Hogar Corazón Valiente. So that is awesome. We felt so good, because if we did it with one, we can multiplicarlo and apply for others. So it's possible. We did it. And this is new. The state has this money available, and it's new. So NGOs should know there is money, there's state money, there is government money out there. All NGOs need to do is have everything in order. Another problem that I must say, and that it's hard for some NGOs, is they must have a real board. A real board. Nori, you know what I'm about. You know, because you know how to do things right. but a real board. A real board is made up of is different individuals that have a different role or play a different role within that organization. An NGO could not work with one or two people. I'm sorry. No, that's no. So don't do it. Don't try it. Or just form your little group and then keep growing. Also, it's not that cheap to get constituted. So when you do it right. And we also help you with that. A lot of people come to us and say, hey, I want my NGO. I'm like, all right, so who's gonna be on that board? They're like, oh, me and my brother. Me and my husband. No. Let's do things right. So we guide them. And sometimes they don't want to hear it. But we have to tell them. And we need to open their eyes to reality. Yes, it's doing good. Because all of the NGOs have a good objective, a common good for San Miguel. I'm sorry, it reminded me of Donna from San Miguel Community Station. We met a few weeks before she passed. And it was a very nice experience. We got to talk to her at her home, and NGOs, San Miguel's NGOs should be an example or are an example to others. At least they're an example to other cities within the state. That's what they say. Oh, los de San Miguel de Allende, oh my God, next level. People from Mexico City, they came last month. And they're like, oh, we thought you guys were at some other level. No, you've got some real good NGOs here, real good leaders. And we heard that from advisors that work with NGOs. That's what they do. That's what they do for a living. So I was very honored to hear that. Okay, going back to Donna. She said, okay, it doesn't matter if you're here in San Miguel or if you're in some other city. Whatever you learn from the NGOs here, you can go and reply it or replicate somewhere else. So it's always learn, and connecting with people. And she said, you need to meet Robin. She's back. And then we met. Well, what I get out of that experience is just learn. We gotta learn from everything, from everybody. The small NGOs should learn from NGOs. And even the large NGOs could learn something from the small NGOs. There are different levels, but sometimes the small NGO is doing something right. And the big NGO, sometimes it's hard because we don't have the time. But communicating and just passing on some advice and connections. We don't need to be apprehensive, is that what it's called, of our contacts. It's like, hey, like what I'm saying, if I have a donor that does not match my objective or what I'm doing, I'm gonna send that donor somewhere else. So it's all about connecting, sharing, and that's what we do. Josh was at the office and we're like, Josh, you need to meet this person. And then it's chain. We're all connected in different ways, but for the better of the community. Okay, what we've done. Okay, so we organize these big events once a year where we invite the NGOs. So we got in more than 100 NGOs at these events. And what do? Connect. It's like, okay, hello, we have, what's up? We got an idea. And sometimes it stays at an idea, but maybe moving on in unos años, it can become a reality. So it's all about connections between the NGOs, but also strategic partnerships and strategic alliances. And that's what we do. And socialize. You never know who you're going to meet. And also, it's not always about money. It's about just moving forward. And one thing will take you to another. Okay, we have impacted more than 60 NGOs through our workshops. And we have increased our NGO participation by 35%. Because we communicate with them. We pick up the phone, we send a message, hey, can you come? I think this workshop will be good for you because you need to hear this. You need to fortalecerte, strengthen on this. And this workshop is going to help you. So we're a little bit after them in a way, which I don't know if it's good or bad, but good. It's good. Yeah, we encourage them to participate, and they do, and we have good outcomes from that. And like I was telling, because we were very close, I know how you have impacted many people in ways you don't even know with his workshops. You'll never know how you impacted that person because he's all about forming, sculpting these leaders they're there. You just need a little push or help and also encouragement because it's hard. Sometimes it's hard because our NGO leaders, they're part of the NGO, the nonprofits, but let's don't forget they're also mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, mothers, dads, and they also got a life somewhere there, a home. And sometimes they turn their objectives into their life, or it's a compliment, and that's all right. But it's also important to not forget what we're doing, who we are, and that we're doing things right. And it's also great that we turn to the side and our partner, our other NGO, our ally acknowledges what we're doing. So that gives us, it pumps us up, so that it encourages us. We have created a volunteer network. I don't know if you guys know we have a volunteer network because it's important. NGOs are always looking for volunteers. Volunteer work is always very welcome within this nonprofit social work world. So we have at our office a network volunteer do things. A car needs some painting. Sometimes we need to clean up the creek or also this reminds me how Cristal Calderoni and Hannah Posh are doing a great job with the Yo Amo Animalitos out there in Contra Canino. They got a good volunteer network out there. They're doing a great job. Just Next. Oh, I already went through this. We have 110 NGOs and we have different channels of communication. Oh, and this is the big one. You guys probably heard about it, right? Mitigare is going to build the first hospice-like center in Mexico. We're all nervous because it's a big project. Not that it's not under control. It's just that big of a task, that big of a project for the San Miguel community. It's a dream come true. Laughed, we've cried, we've gotten so many stress manifestations in our system. I was telling Dr. Lulu, Doctor, oh my God, I'm getting acne because we're no, really, because we're gonna have an event for the first stone, colocación de la primera piedra, next week. So that's important. That's a big one, and just getting everything in place. Carla, oh my God, with all that you're doing to get everything in place.
They don't know.
Doctor, you can stand up, Lulu. Hello. Es un sueño hecho realidad. Está en el proceso.
I really know.
En un año, it's going to be up there. So that's a big one. It took us a while. It's a land that was recovered from the past administration. It was hard getting a piece of land. There was no land, remember? But okay, that's what we're going to work on. De aquí al final del año, because we're already close to our year. And let me just close with this. I know a lot of you might know us because we are the liaison to the foreign community. I mean, to the NGOs. But we're also there for the foreign community. Whatever it is that you guys need. Sometimes it's, Sofia, where do I pay this? Sofia, I got this notice from the municipal government. What do I do? Okay, we can go through it and we can guide you where to go. Sofia, there's a pole that's about to fall down in a disaster. Sofia, who could we go to? So we're here for those reports. It's an easy way, it's an easy channel. And whatever other question the foreign community might have, we might not resolve it at the municipal level, but we can let you guys know where to go. We work very close with the consul with Erika Montes of the US. We recently started working with the consul of Canada. And that's something we do. We're here for the foreign community. It's attention to the foreign community. You can always come with your questions, with your concerns. And it's esas dos cosas that we do at the office, and we try to keep it balanced. Sometimes I'm dealing with some other issue, and Paulina is there at the office. Sofia, we got this other thing. I have to say, we try to be problem solvers. At least we try. We really do. And estamos a su disposición. We're here to serve you guys, the foreign community, the NGOs. And I'm very glad you guys made it to this speech, to this meeting, to this presentation. And let me just close by saying, are we perfect, especially at answering messages. But we try to, and we're there. We're here. We're here for you guys. We're here for the community, and veanos como aliados. We're allies. So that's about it, and I think we can go. Yes.
Simple question. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need an appointment or you take walk-ins?
Just like you did, walk in.
Yeah.
I would say appointments. It's that if you have an appointment, okay, we're there. But with an appointment, your time, because sometimes we're busy solving other stuff. We'll leave what we have and sit with you. But I would say it's better if you make an appointment. Yes. How do we make an appointment? How do we
How do we make it one?
Oh, question.
You have to repeat it.
Oh, how do we make an appointment? Okay, you can contact me by email or with Paulina. She's the one with the agenda. She's the one that doesn't overlap the appointments.
Can you give us your email that slide?
Yeah, I'll give you my email right now. Oh, let me just say, my email is Sofia Alvarez at San Miguel de Allende .gov, .mx. Yes.
Does an NGO need to be a donataria, or can it be an OSPE to receive federal and state funds? Yeah, federal and state.
Does an NGO need to be a donataria to receive public funds, state funds? No, you don't need to be a donataria. All you have to do is have your registration, your CLUNI, and your CLIE, acta constitutiva, in order.
Meaning you need to be an acción civil.
Yes, yes. An AC, Acción Civil. Another question? Yes.
So one of the challenges I've heard from other NGOs is that it's a 3-year administration. And as you start a project that may involve multiple years, it's challenging to have a different administration come in that maybe doesn't like your project. Or maybe because it was a different administration's project, they're not going to be as helpful as you are. Do you see ways to overcome that?
Well, I think the answer, well, I must repeat the question. It's difficult when a different administration comes in because sometimes they don't like the projects or they may not repeat what the past administration is doing. And I think the answer relies within the NGOs and the foreign community. It's you guys, the NGOs, foreign community, different leaders asking for continuation, asking, hey, they were doing this project, let's continue doing it because it was working. So you guys must voice your not concern, your request. So you must demand and request, hey, we want to continue with this project. We want to continue with whatever the past administration, whatever was doing. So I think it's within you guys, you making that request. Another question? No? John? John?
You mentioned earlier, the importance of family. How can we collectively as NGOs make your job, Paulina's job, a little easier, especially for you with the trio, to make things running smoothly? What can we do to help you? Our cause?
Ooh, what can you guys do to help us?
Bring sandwiches.
And confident.
I think we get great gratification when we are invited to collab with you guys. It's just, it makes it all worth it because we see it. Sometimes we're at the office and there's a lot going on and you guys, the NGOs talk about what they're gonna do or an event or a project, and we help. We help make it possible with permits and stuff. But sometimes we don't attend that event. But when we're there and we see you guys in action, that fulfills our hearts. And it gives us more energy to continue doing what we do. So it's just involving us and collaborating. Thank you.